Well, welcome to Veteran to Veteran. We will be dealing, obviously, with veterans' issues. I'm Conrad Kaskowski, and with the American Legion Post here in Plymouth, that's my hat. And with me is Dwayne Wick. He's with the American Legion also, but he's got a different hat on, and it's called Legion Riders.
Yes. So they are a group of motorcycle enthusiasts within the Legion, and that's just one other area of the American Legion that attracts veterans to our American Legion.
Yeah, you got to be a member. You got to have a 500cc motorcycle. See Dwayne, and you'll have a great time with it.
We raise a lot of money for a lot of
a lot of causes.
Other veterans.
Okay, this month we have a unique program. It's an actual Veterans Administration program called We Honor Veterans, and the program deals with hospice and palliative care.
So, many of us have heard the term hospice. What is hospice?
Well, the clinical definition of hospice is the end-of-life care. Now, a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers are the ones that provide that care. They give medical, psychological, spiritual support. Now, the goal of the care is to help people who are dying have a peace and comfort and dignity.
Now, you mentioned palliative care. I'm not familiar with that term. So what kind of a care is that?
Well, palliative care is a specialized medical care for people living with a serious illness. This type of care is focused on providing relief from the symptoms and stress of this illness. The goal is to improve the quality of life for both the patient and the family.
And what's the difference between hospice and palliative care?
Both palliative and hospice care provide comfort, but palliative care begins at the diagnosis of this serious illness. And at the same time, as treatment hospice begins after the disease has stopped and it's pretty clear that the person is not going to survive that illness.
Now, how does We Honor Veterans program deal with hospice and palliative care?
That's the meat of this program today. We Honor Veterans recognizes the unique needs of America's veterans and their families. Remember the families, by offering guidance and resources focused on respectful inquiry, compassionate listening, grateful acknowledgement, so the veterans can be guided toward a more peaceful ending.
Okay, now many times we are concerned with the cost. Is there a cost with this?
For the We Honor Veterans program, there is no cost to the family or to the veteran.
Okay. And must the veteran be enrolled in the VA healthcare program to be in the We Honor Veterans program?
Well, you know, Dwayne, we keep on talking about this, and a vast majority of veterans, they're not enrolled in the VA healthcare program, and thus they're probably not aware of the end-of-life services and the availability of this program for them and their families.
And is this program available to veterans and families here in Sheboygan County?
The We Honor Veterans program, yes. Now, if the veteran is domiciled in a local facility, they should inquire with that facility's administration. Now, if they are homebound, your local Veteran Service Office, and that means anywhere, not necessarily Wisconsin. There are a number of states that have this within their programs. And here, you could call the Veteran Service Office. And again, that number is 920-459-3053. 459-3053.
Okay, and now having talked about this program, are you a volunteer in this program?
Yes, I am, along with others. I'm not the only one. But back in 2013, the staff and veteran volunteers of Sharon Richardson Community Hospice join in this effort. They established partnership with local veteran service offices, such as our office, our organization, the American Legion, the VFW, DAV, et cetera. And they effectively advocate on behalf of the veterans and, of course, their families, many of whom are not aware of the local services regarding the end-of-life care.
Okay, and what do you do as a volunteer in this program?
Well, I will meet with one or more other veteran volunteers, and we could meet at the Sharon Richardson Community Hospice Center, which is outside of Sheboygan Falls. We could meet at another facility, or we even meet with the homebound. So with what we do in this program is we have a short ceremony. We would begin with honoring the veteran with a certificate for their service, and then we honor veterans pin. Then we do a short ceremony about the flag and present an American lapel pin flag. And then, which really kind of highlights the whole program, is because of, well, Dwayne, you are part of Camel Quilt,
Yes.
is the highlight of it is that each veteran receives a lap quilt that is made at, for the volunteers at Camel Quilt. And what's really nice about this quilt, it's not just any old quilt. It'll have, one side will be the veterans service, would it be the Army, the Marines, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, whatever. And on the other side is the design of the quilt is by that quilt maker at Camel Quilt.
Right.
And we always, well, it all started with one of our other volunteers, and Wayne LeClaire kind of uses this phrase to each one of these, and he will say, okay, this is so unique. You're the only one on the block that has a quilt like this.
They're all different, yes.
They're all different, their own designs, and everybody kind of gets a kick out of it. But also, we will give them an honorary salute for their service. And there are times, and this is very critical for the families, is we get to chit-chat sometimes with the veterans, and oftentimes the family has no clue as to what their loved one did, but they're talking to another veteran and he seemed a little more comfortable, and then they open up and we hear all kinds of great stories.
Sometimes the family says that they have never heard that story before.
Many times, Dwayne.
So why do you volunteer for this program?
Well, it gives me and the other veterans in our program an opportunity to honor the service of these veterans. And like I said, the stories that come out, I have hundreds of stories that are unbelievable. I've met veterans that landed in Normandy. I've talked to veterans that flew bombers over Germany and at Khe Sanh in Vietnam, in some of the bloodiest battles in Korea, and they're here. There are stories, unfortunately, many of them are not chronicled, and luckily at that time, the family at least knows about them. And it does give comfort, not only to me, but to know, and the veteran, that we all, as brothers and sisters, served in the service together.
Okay. How can someone learn more about the We Honor Veterans program at Sharon Richardson Community Hospice?
Well, Dwayne, this is where I get off script, because a couple of days ago, last month at the Post, we donated about $500 or so to Sharon Richardson Community Hospice. We honor veterans program to help them out and stuff. And they've always wanted to put together a pamphlet. Well, they put together a booklet. And the reason why they wanted this is because to help the families that come in with the myriad of questions that they have. And they're not always asking the same questions, so they're trying to remember things and write things out. So this particular booklet has everything, not only what we talked about, but some other issues. For instance, let's say replacing lost metals. The veteran somehow, whatever, we had a great story where for 50 some years, we had a veteran that when he was coming home, he lost, somebody stole his duffel bag. And he had everything, his memorabilia were in that bag. Well, he just totally forgot about it. He got home, changed his clothes and went to work on the farm.
Sure.
And
Family never even knew
well,
about
the
it.
family asked me about it, and going through this program, because he was in palliative care, we've got those replacements in. And it was really a great day. And there's some other, it talks about our honor veterans pinning ceremony, but this page right here is really invaluable to the families and to the veterans because it gives you websites, how to obtain your DD-214, replacing lost metal, VA benefit, all these other forms, so that when you go in to the Veterans Administration site, you can now look and see, okay, I need this form, I need that, and you'll know what the form is. And then they will have, there's Heaven's Gate Ranch, which I'm not really that familiar with, but the second one, Camel Quilt Project, really nice story in here, and how to get a hold of them via email. And I don't know why they did this, but you'll see somebody familiar on the back page.
Great resource.
It's a fabulous resource, and if you need to get a hold of them, 920-467-1800. 467-1800, 1800. And I'm telling you, you're not going to find any folks that are just so passionate, so full of trying to help you out, the best ever. Dwayne, that's about it for our show. If you want to know more about the Legion Riders, you guys all, you all should know how to get a hold of Dwayne. And if you have any ideas, you know how to get a hold of both of us. I know you do because we hear from you once in a while. And if it's something that you just, how small it might be, we'll look into it. And in the future, we might be able to get that information out to you. So stay safe, healthy, and see you at the next show.
All right. Good night.